Hello, beautiful writers. Welcome to my channel. I am going to talk today about how I published my first book on Amazon for free. I have just recently hosted a Write Brunch with my friend Trish Taylor. She's also an independent publisher, author, and she just got a contract also with a publishing company. And one of the biggest questions was basically like, how do you do this? Because there's so much information out there. I mean, we are living in the age of information, blow your mind. And so I really wanted to answer this question in a video, so next time I do this, I can go into more depth. We don't have a lot of time at those brunches, and I really want to share. So if you are looking forward to this and want more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and show me some love. I will really appreciate it. And let's get to it. So first of all, I want to talk about the time frame. My first book was an experiment in self-publishing, as well as I already had everything in my head that I wanted to write. So it only took me 2 weeks to write. Now, I'm a freelance writer by profession. I've been freelance writing for a long time. So what I said to myself was, Self, you write papers all the time for people, and why can't you write your book? And Self said, you can, and you're going to do it, and you're going to treat it like an assignment, like a freelance writing assignment. And so I did. I put it together in 2 weeks. But it was about sexual harassment prevention, and this was the subject that I had been talking about, thinking about, and researching for a long time. So 2 weeks is, and it's a very small book. Very small book. I don't have a copy of it right now, but I will share in my link in the description so you can have just a view of it if you'd like. So I put it together first. Now learn from my mistake here. A big whoop whoop. Don't do this. So first of all, if you were using Microsoft Word, which is what I did, there's an add-in called the Kindle add-in. Anyway, if you search it, you can find it. It's a free download, and what it does is it adds the Kindle templates to your Microsoft Word software. And all you have to do then is, it's a template. All you have to do is like go through. It tells you exactly how to do it, and you will just it gives you the format for your Kindle book, your ebook. And so what I did though, I made the mistake of writing my book first and then figuring out how to do that formatting thing. So you want to do that first. You want to download the Kindle add-in, start with the template. That way you can just not copy and paste, but just like fill in your chapter titles and your all of the writing. And so what I had to do was kind of copy and paste each chapter, and it was a pain in the butt. But luckily it's a small book, so it wasn't that bad. So Kindle add-in on Microsoft Word. If you don't have that, I know that there are several other things, and you can just do a Google search on formatting a Kindle ebook, and you will find those resources. So if you have questions about that, be sure to add them in the comments. I will be happy to look that up for you and give you some more info. All right, so then once you have your book together, you have to think about the cover. Someone also asked about the budget, like how much does it actually cost to publish your book on Kindle or on Amazon? And the answer for me is $0, because like I said, this was just kind of playing around with self-publishing, seeing how the process works, and I wasn't really worried about this one book. I tell people you've got to have 5 books before anybody even knows who you are anyway, so the first book doesn't matter. And people probably think I'm crazy when I say that, because they're like, oh, a book, I wrote a book. And people do treat me like that, and I'm like, no, you should read this book, because I'm pretty sure I was drunk when I wrote chapter 7, because I call women's sexuality like a powerful sex tool. Dun-dun-dun. Like, I'm serious. This book was just about learning how to do this process. And of course, I do sell these books. They have actually, this book, my first book, has actually been a bestseller on Amazon. That's a whole other video to talk about, though. We're just focusing on the process of how to do it. So once you have your book, then you have to figure out a cover. Now, with the Kindle Direct Publishing, they have a cover creator, and that's what I used. So it tells you step by step what to do. Some people will go and pay for somebody to create a cover, and of course you get what you pay for. My friend Trish that I told you I did Write Brunch with, she recently got her second book. She paid $400 for her cover, and it is fantastic. I love it. It is a beautiful cover, and it gets a lot of attention. And so you do get what you pay for. If you do free, you know, you're probably not going to do as well as far as getting people's attention. One thing I will say about covers, though, is if you, I've done 2 for free and did 1 in Canva, did 1 on the Kindle Creator. Oh, actually, I've done 3 for free. 2 on Canva, 1 on Kindle Cover Creator thingy. But you do want to research your genre. So, for instance, I'll just pull a book off the shelf. This is something, Vindication of the Rights of Women. You see that this has this, like, thing on the outside, outline, the coloring. Then this is, yeah, so the font, that's not really a good example. Let's see, self-help. What about, all of my books are very literary. So let's just do this one. Let's say you wrote fiction something, ghost stories from the South, from the old South. That's real scary. So books are going to, in certain genres like this ghost story, they're going to have similar features. So you're going to have a picture. Notice on this one, the picture is like of a woman. On Einstein's Ideas and Opinions, you have a picture of Einstein. But this is more like a self-help kind of cover. And self-help is a huge genre, by the way. Kind of hard to compete with all of those famous people writing those self-help books. But you'll notice that each different genre has a different, they have different qualities. So you want to go and look at books that are similar to yours and kind of copy them. Like, don't do it exactly, but, you know, make sure that you use similar fonts, similar coloring, similar, you know, pictures or the lack of. Just make sure that it's consistent with your genre, because that does make a difference. Because when people are shopping for your book on Amazon, they are going to see other books in that category, and if yours isn't consistent, then it's not. They're going to not think that that's one of those books. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so you've got your cover. Yes, check. You can do this in Canva. It's a little bit difficult because Canva doesn't, on the book covers, they don't actually have the back side. So what I had to do was make 2 separate things and then put them together in the document. But there are resources available, like on the Kindle add-in too. I think it's the Kindle add-in, or maybe it's the Kindle, no, it's the Kindle Creator, where you actually go to submit your book, which is helpful. I guess I should say that. It's called Kindle Direct Publishing. You will make an account, and you will do step-by-step on how to submit your book. But they also have like a PDF where you can, they will show you how to format your cover. The next thing is, if you're doing an ebook, you don't have to have an ISBN, but if you do want to do print, you do have to buy an ISBN number, ISBN. So you can get those in different places. Again, just do a Google search, and if you have questions about that or want to know more, I can, of course, always do a video about any of these topics, so just leave me a comment below. So you get, if you are doing just an ebook, you just follow the steps, step by step, putting in the information. Another question that people have is like, how much do I charge for my book? It really depends. You don't want to charge a lot if it's a smaller book. So basically it's based on the size. I sell my book, the first one, the one that I'm talking about, I set it up for $9.99, and it does pretty well at that price. I've played around with a couple of different ones, and I've found that $9.99 is a good price. Even going lower, sometimes people will think that your book is not good quality if you sell it for like $3.99. Now, the great thing about doing it with Kindle Direct Publishing is they will allow you to market your book on there. So I always tell people, like, writing your book is actually only half the battle. You then have to, if you want to sell it, you then have to market it. They give you some options. You can run some specials. You can do advertising. Of course, if you do the advertising, that costs money. I do want to say that I have had really good luck with just doing it, you know, from the ground up, I guess, like grassroots kind of efforting. So going and finding groups on Facebook that I would think are relevant to the topic, or maybe people who may be interested in the topic on LinkedIn, and finding those groups and sharing and saying, you know, giving some value, saying this is what the book is about and you may be interested in it. You can also join groups on Facebook where you can go and get people to review your book. Reviews are very important on Amazon because that's how people buy things. You know, if you go to buy, I don't know, a hammer on Amazon, you are going to read the reviews and make sure that the handle doesn't fall off when you go to sling it. You don't want to kill somebody. So you want to make sure that you give your book to some people, do the free thing. You can't really, there are lots of rules. So like, for instance, with my second book, my wife's cousin, her husband read the book, loved it, wanted to give me this great review, and Amazon was like, nope, you can't do that because you're related. And I was like, Amazon is creeping on us. Like, how do they even know we're related? That is kind of distant, and I really don't know the answer to that. So you just have to be kind of careful with that. Don't expect reviews from your wife or your best friend to get accepted, but you do want to send it out there and ask for reviews if they, you know, there's also rules for that. Like, you can't exchange, you can't give someone a free copy of your book and say, here's a free copy if you will write me a review. You can suggest that they write a review, but you can't, like, do an exchange in that way. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I like doing speaking engagements where I go and sell my book, and so it does cost a little bit to get your books printed. For the sexual harassment one, the one I'm talking about, I think it's like $2 a copy. So, you know, that's really not that bad. And then you are a published author. And the first time you sell a book, you are a professional writer, you know, because all it takes is for you to make money doing something and you become a professional. And I will say that that feels pretty damn good, especially if you've been wanting to write a book for a long time. I hope that this helps you. And if you have anything that I need to clarify, or if you have any questions, please comment below. Also, I would love, love, love to hear your stories and your success, and if, you know, what your book is about. I do some writing coaching. I have 2 clients now, and I only take a few at a time because it's such a huge job to get someone to where they need to be. But if you're interested in that, I will share a link to my info. All right, that's it. I will see you next week.